Today, I want to talk about something we all face at some point in our lives. Self-doubt. That little voice inside that whispers, "You can't do this, you're not good enough, or what if you fail?" Self-doubt is a universal human experience. It doesn't matter if you're a student, a parent, a business owner, or even a world-famous athlete. We all question ourselves sometimes. But while self-doubt is common, it doesn't have to control our lives or stop us from reaching our goals. At its core, self-doubt is questioning your own abilities, decisions, or worth. It's that feeling of uncertainty about yourself and what you can do. Self-doubt isn't always bad. A healthy dose can keep us humble and careful. But when it grows too strong, it becomes a roadblock in our path. Self-doubt can show up in many ways. Hesitating to speak up in meetings because you think your ideas aren't good enough. Putting off applying for a job because you don't think you'll get it anyway. Not trying something new because you're afraid you'll look silly. Second-guessing every decision you make. Comparing yourself to others and feeling like you don't measure up. The tricky thing about self-doubt is that it often feels like the truth. That's what makes it so powerful. But it's important to remember that your doubts are not facts. They're just thoughts and feelings. Self-doubt doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It has roots, and understanding these roots can help us to minimize it. Sometimes self-doubt grows from past experiences. Maybe you tried something once before and failed, or someone important in your life, a parent, teacher, or boss, criticized you harshly. These experiences can plant seeds of doubt that grow over time. How we were raised plays a big role too. If you grew up in an environment where mistakes were treated as failures rather than learning opportunities, you probably learned to doubt yourself. Social media doesn't help either. We're constantly bombarded with images of people at their best, their perfect vacations, promotions, relationships, and achievements. What we don't see are their struggles, failures, and doubts. This one-sided view can make us feel like we're falling behind. Finally, some self-doubt comes from inside. Perfectionism, the need to do everything flawlessly, is a major cause of self-doubt. When we set impossible standards for ourselves, we're bound to feel like we're not measuring up. Self-doubt comes with a heavy price tag. When we doubt ourselves, we hold back. We don't push ourselves, share our ideas, or take chances. We stay in our comfort zone, which might feel safe, but it's also where dreams go to die. Self-doubt can lead to missed opportunities. The job you never applied for, the person you never asked out, the project you never started, the life you never lived because you weren't sure you could do it. It robs us of joy too. When we're constantly questioning ourselves, we can't fully enjoy our successes or take pride in our work. Instead, we worry that we're not good enough or that we'll be found out as frauds. Over time, self-doubt can even affect our mental health, leading to stress, anxiety, and depression. It can strain our relationships when we constantly seek reassurance or withdraw because we feel unworthy. Now for the good news, self-doubt is not unbeatable. Here are practical ways to fight back. 1. Recognize your doubt patterns. The first step is awareness. Start noticing when and how self-doubt shows up in your life. What situations trigger it? What does your inner critic say? Just observing these patterns without judgment can help you see that your doubts are separate from you. They're just thoughts passing through, not the truth about who you are. Challenge your negative thoughts. When self-doubt speaks, talk back. Ask yourself, is this thought actually true? Would I see this the same way if it were happening to a friend of mine instead of happening to me? For example, if you think, "I'll never be good at public speaking," challenge that thought. Have you tried it before? Have you taken any classes or practiced? Could you improve with time? Most likely, never is an exaggeration. Keep track of your accomplishments. Make a list of things you've done well in the past, problems you've solved, challenges you've overcome, skills you've developed. Keep this list handy and add to it regularly. When doubt creeps in, remember your strength. I knew someone who kept a victory jar. Every time she accomplished a goal, she wrote it on a slip of paper and put it in the jar. On tough days, she would pull out a few notes to remind herself of her strengths. Take action despite your doubts. Waiting until the doubt disappears completely means waiting forever. The most powerful way to overcome self-doubt is to act boldly, regardless of your doubts. Start small. Each time you take action while feeling doubt, you prove to yourself that your doubts don't have to control your behavior. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear, it's feeling the fear and doing it anyway. The same is true for confidence. It's not the absence of doubt, but the willingness to move forward despite it. People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are set in stone. Either they're good at something or they're not. Those with a growth mindset, on the other hand, believe they can improve through effort and learning. Adopting a growth mindset means seeing challenges as opportunities to grow rather than tests of your fixed abilities. It means viewing failures as temporary setbacks and learning experiences, not permanent reflections of your worth. Try saying, "I can't do this yet," instead of "I can't do this." That simple word yet opens the door to possibility and progress. The language we use shapes how we think. Notice how you talk to yourself and about yourself. Are you kind or cruel? Would you speak to a friend the way you speak to yourself? Replace harsh self-talk with more compassionate language. Instead of "that was stupid of me," try "I made a mistake and that's okay. What can I learn from this?" We absorb the attitudes of those around us. Spend time with people who believe in you, encourage you, and help you see your strengths. Limit time with those who feed your self-doubt. A good support network doesn't offer blind praise. They provide honest feedback delivered with kindness and a belief in your ability to grow. Remember that everyone doubts themselves. Even the most successful people have moments of doubt. The difference is not that they never doubt, it's that they don't let doubt stop them. Focus on helping others. When we're stuck in self-doubt, we're very focused on ourselves, how we look, what others think of us, whether we'll succeed or fail. One powerful way to break this cycle is to shift your focus to helping others. When you're using your skills and knowledge to make someone else's life better, self-doubt often fades into the background. You're too busy making a difference to question whether or not you can. Celebrate your progress. Don't wait until you've completely conquered self-doubt to celebrate. Acknowledge each small victory along the way. Did you speak up in a meeting despite feeling nervous? That's worth celebrating. Did you try something new even though you were going to struggle with it? That deserves recognition too. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Self-doubt is not your enemy. It's just a thought pattern that you can learn to work with. Some days will be easier than others. There will be setbacks. But with practice and patience, you can build a healthier relationship with doubt. Remember, you don't have to be free of doubt to move forward. You just need to be bigger than your doubts. The next time that voice of doubt speaks up, acknowledge it, thank it for trying to protect you, and then gently set it aside as you take your next step forward. Because the truth is, you are capable of more than you think. You are worthy of success and happiness, and you have what it takes to create the life you want, one brave step at a time.